hearty congratulations. And now the CFP Dashna is ready to rock. Lot of
Yeah.
congratulations. I'm really very
Thank you
happy for you.
so much. Thank you
So,
so much.
yeah,
Definitely, my family has been a support here, but it wouldn't have been possible without you. You were the real anchor for me over here, and you really gave me that space that even if I was not confident or if I had some issues or whatever it is, I was able to talk to you. So, thank you
yes,
so much for that.
yes,
I never had that fear that, okay, how will I speak with Sunita, or can I call her at this time or anything? So that also really
yes,
helped me a lot. So
yes.
thanks to
So
you.
you're always welcome. It's your hard work more than my help. I think it was your goal. I'm just the person who just takes you through the path. That's it. That's the path you have traveled. And the success story or the success mantra is same for everyone. To follow the path. Who stays on the path, we will do. And you were a very obedient. You just followed that steps. That's it. It's nothing great within. Secret is the same for everyone. Who follows it gets it. That's
Yes,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
definitely.
we are into the series where we do success talks with our students who are past. So now no longer you'll be addressed as a student because that equation is over. Now you're a CFP that way. So I'm sure there are many students like just like you around, and they travel the same thing. They feel so the same. So we wanted to interact, and we wanted to say that what has worked with you, so that the other fellow members they'll watch you and understand you better. Maybe if I speak, it will appear that, oh, she's telling too many things as a hota nahi, and all those things it will come up. So hearing from the horse's mouth, the person who's already traveled the path, she is a better mentor, what I feel that. So a couple of questions like, how did you get inside the CFP? What has drawn you to become a CFP? What has made you about CFP? When that first thought came, and why you wanted to become a CFP?
Okay. So I have been in this business since last 6 years, and what rules and regulations SEBI is coming up with and what the environment has been set up. So basically, I was MFD and I was working
Mm.
as MFD. Then I took my insurance license. Then I became authorized person with Nuama. So gradually I was increasing because I wanted to expand my business. But at the
Mm.
same time, I felt that insecurity was there, that what if tomorrow MFDs are for some reason just stopped? You are no longer MFD and your commission will be shut. Then what will I do? What will happen to this business which I've expanded? The second was, after a period of time, I started feeling that even though I have that knowledge or anything, when I tell people that I'm MFD, that respect somewhere or that authority which should be seen in front of the client, I thought that was missing. They found me someone who is just a transactional person who's giving me a service of me, choosing funds and transacting for me and just giving me
Mm.
the service as and when I want. And I was not
Correct.
liking that feeling or that treatment which I was getting from them. Though there
Mm.
were few clients who were really taking me seriously or wanted my advice, but at the same time, few people were there who were just thought me as a transactional person, a person who is just going to
Mm.
do
Mm.
transactions for them. And at the
Mm.
same time, when I saw these online grow and everything coming up, it was very easy for people to just go there and start investing.
Mm.
So what I felt was I need a degree to back my career in front, some certification which will give me that boost, give me that authority to talk in front of people, that confidence to talk in front of people. And one of the main reasons to think about CFP was getting into corporate. I
Mm.
have a lot of connections which are into IT. So
Mm.
I wanted that I enter the corporate world, and to
Mm.
enter that corporate world, just being MFD wouldn't be working. I need that good certification behind my name. And that's when
Mm.
I thought of CFP. And one of the thing which really also pulled me towards CFP was to become someone who is very few in India. That proud moment that, okay, I'm into those 3,500 people in India, wherein people have not even thought of going there. So it's as good as feeling
Exactly.
of, climbing that Everest and winning that moment. So
Mm,
this was also somewhere in my mind that I want to be one of those people who
mm,
thought about CFP when it was just a buzz. It was just a start.
mm. Yes. And the next thing, how much time did you take from the start to the end of your exam? What is the duration you have taken to complete this program? As I understand, you have done it less than 6 months' time. Is it that?
Yes, yes. So
Mm,
we decided
mm,
in August, and July end was the time when I spoke with you, and we started our course in August midweek or so,
mm.
and I finished it in March. Rather, February was my exam, and March my results came. So
Yeah.
yeah,
A good time.
that
No? So honestly, there are very few people who have done in less than 6 months thing. So that's another huge, huge congratulations because doing something, first of all, the fast track program is itself a challenge. On top of that, doing it in less than 6 months is still bigger challenge kind of a thing, which I've seen that you have accomplished it. So my next question is that you see somebody like you who's just fresh, who's scared to do CFP. What are the three points of advice you say which has worked for you and how to implement that and do this kind of examination,
okay.
what has worked
So
for you? Yeah.
yeah. So one thing what worked for me was I was first is the clarity. My
Mm,
why was very clear why I want to do CFP. It was
mm,
very clear. So I was very
mm,
much focused in that. So
mm,
fear is always going to be there. We have to come over that. And for
mm,
that, I did a lot of positive self-talk. I
mm,
was always in that whenever I felt that I'm not able to do, I used to remember why I want to do it. And that gave me
mm,
a big push to go ahead.
mm,
Second thing was in terms of studying, I would
mm,
say that I was very much on practice mode. So whatever
mm,
I learned in a session from you, I was seeing to it that I read the theory regarding that on that day and also practice what you gave. I was
mm,
doing those sums automatically on that day. Like whatsoever
mm,
it is, I was seeing at least I do one sum so that
mm.
it's very clear and new imbibed in my mind
Mm.
because I
So how
learned it
many
that day.
hours,
So immediately I apply that.
yeah, how many hours do you think somebody should study every day? Like I say every day that you study 1 hour with me and 1 hour with yourself. Is that works or something beyond that? How much they should study?
Here, I would say it works more on self analysis regarding your strengths and weaknesses. So I
Mm,
knew where my strengths were, and I was trying my best to work on that. Like taking
mm,
that into consideration, whatever my weaknesses are, I was focusing more on that. So
mm,
after a period of time, in the initial period when you were teaching, so from
mm,
August to October, I gave a very good amount of time over there. Say
mm,
maybe I was giving my personal 1.5, 2 hours, and 1 hour yours. 3 hours I was
mm,
giving daily. But that was
mm,
according to me because
mm,
I felt that if I would give a little bit time extra over here, I'll save more time behind because I'll be
mm.
CFP immediately. The
Exactly.
faster I become
Mm,
CFP, I'm saving more time behind, which I would have just in case I am not
mm,
successful in it. So
mm,
I wanted that thing that okay, I should finish it as early as possible. So it's okay even if I give my time more right now.
mm. Yeah.
So that was one
And
calculation I did.
yeah. And one thing which most of the students feel that I should give the financial plan first or I should give the exam first. So there's always a dilemma. So when they ask me those questions, I tell them, hey, whatever feels good for you. Because see, I don't want to spoil their thought processes. So what did you actually felt that it worked for you? Doing the financial plan before was good or giving the examination was good?
No, definitely financial plan. Because
Mm,
it's very obvious that if you remember in schools also, we had these practicals. right?
Mm.
So they used to teach
Mm.
us theory and we used to go and do the practical. So when
Mm.
you practically create a plan,
Mm.
your half work is done there,
Mm.
because you
Yes.
get that confidence,
Mm. Correct.
and
Mm.
you are in that 1 month's time when you're working on some case study, automatically you are doing all calculations, your thought process has inclined towards it. So it becomes very easy when you have to give the written exam, because you have
Mm.
the case study, so you have some idea about that case study, as you've
Correct.
already got
Mm.
a case study from them for your financial
Mm.
plan. So that
Mm.
becomes a bit easy. Then, obviously, because you had already received the case study and you were working for that financial plan, it becomes
Mm.
very easy when you apply it practically, and it's like practicing on real.
Correct. Mm.
So, for
Mm.
me, it definitely worked giving a financial plan before, and
Mm.
it worked wonders for me because I was very much confident after giving the financial plan.
Correct. And one more question, which most of the people ask, whether to give the exam from the center or should you give the exam sitting at home online? Which is the right model kind of a thing? As I said, when I give the students ask me that option, I say whatever suits you. Because see, I say that you have the tools. You should know what tools work for you. So what has actually worked for you?
So, yes, for me, I've given exam twice. So my first exam was at the center, and I was not at all happy because the computers over there, and more than computers, the environment which you get over there, I found it very difficult, and I found there was a lot of pressure. The other thing was the computer and my laptop. So I have been working on laptop since you were teaching, and everything was done on the laptop. So for me, when I gave my exam from home, that became just like makhan. Because there was
Mm.
so much of smoothness because I was using my own laptop. So I was very much
Mm.
confident about the instrument I'm working on.
Correct.
So
Mm.
because of that, it became very easy to give the exam. Second thing,
Mm.
I was very much scared about the proctor. That's the reason I was reluctant to give the exam from home. But
Mm.
what I understood was they are not that strict. And
Mm.
if you will give the full exam with integrity and with
Mm.
truthfulness, they can see it in your eyes, and they can see that you're actually preparing and prepared, and you're actually giving the exam. So there was
Mm.
no difficulty at all. In fact, the proctor, told me thrice that sit straight. I'm not, I can't see you. But I was like, okay, fine. And I used to just keep my posture again straight, and I was solving. So in
Mm.
nowhere I had that fear or anything. It went very smooth. So
Mm.
definitely working, giving the exam from home and from your own environment works wonders for you than going to the center. For
Mm.
me, at least, it worked.
Yeah. And the last question, as you mentioned just now, you have failed in one of the attempts. So I'm sure it's a lot of disappointment. So not only for you, it was for me also that way because you are not happy if somebody doesn't get through kind of a thing, especially when you know that somebody has honestly prepared well and everything. So how did you make up your mind to give it immediately for the next thing? Was there uh, recovering this failure is more important than just being successful. So, how did you come out of it? And I'm sure many students know if they fail for some godly reasons, any reasons it can be, they almost give up. 90% students they give it up. They say, no, we don't want to do it. But what made you pull back and then come back and do the exam?
Okay. So again, the first thing over here is once when I got to know that I failed, I was really very disappointed. But then what I analyzed was again, why was I giving the exam? So I remembered my goal, that why I want to give CFP, which I
Mm.
realized that it is not finished. And it is going to
Mm.
happen because I knew that this exam is like that.
Mm.
At the same time, there were many things during my exam which happened in December. So I actually analyzed what could be the reasons for I failing.
Mm.
So I
Mm.
jot down that. And then I kept checking that, okay, in this, all of these, where was my mistake? Or which of these were जो मेरे कंट्रोल में नहीं था या जो मेरे कंट्रोल में
Mm.
था. So if many of these things were out of my control, then it's not my mistake that I flunked or I failed. But my vision was clear that I want to do it. Then the reason came that if I am sure that I want to do it, then why should I do it in April or later on? Why not immediately? Because I'm already fresh on what I've learned. And that will give me a better analysis. And as it was very fresh, I knew what my weaknesses were. And literally for the second exam, I didn't even touch my theory because I was so confident about my theory. And my weaknesses were about case study. So I was working on case study. I saw nearly 15 to 20 case studies after that. And it was wonderful. Later on, as exams came near, and I was going through these sums, and when I was able to solve them on my own, that happiness was at a different level. And that was definitely because that showed me that I was not prepared initially. Though I gave the exam, I was not prepared. So your self-analysis is very much important. And if it's as good as SWOT analysis. I worked on my strengths. I worked where was my weakness. My opportunity was coming up at CFP. I have to get that. So that was my opportunity. Threat, I didn't have anything other than myself. If I would have gone in that, chalta hai or that slow mode, that was my threat. So to keep that away, I was just focusing on my weaknesses. I didn't give that chance of, thinking in my mind that, okay, now I don't want to do it. I kept myself in action mode. So one thing I realized was if I was disappointed, I didn't give my mind to think more on that disappointment. Immediately, I thought of taking actions, which gave me a positive upliftment, and that worked wonders for me.
Yeah. And one more thing, like everyone says that we have a time constraints, we have orphans, we have children, we have family. And I'm sure you also have these constraints. Despite all these constraints, you still worked well, kind of a thing. So what is that one-liner advice? Advice is not a word, I would say. One line of suggestion as to a fellow person who wants to become a CFP, how to manage his time. Like, see, everybody cannot study 2 hours every day consistently. So maybe just before the exam, they must have studied more. So what is that timeline you see and how you manage this ecosystem around yourself, which made you successful CFP now?
So yes, as the exam neared, I I was actually studying for three hours plus, 3 to 4 hours. And when you start getting things, your excitement level increases. So my excitement level actually increased, and I was on that dope mode. So I wanted to study more. So that was really fun for me.
Yes.
And it really worked wonders like that. And about time management, I would say the best thing you can do is block your time and see to it that where you can give maximum time to yourself for studying. So the time blocking system really worked well for me. And initial time when there was only 1.5 month left, that time I was studying at night because that was my time. I was confident that at night no one is there to distract me and I can study faster. My speed was very good that time. So analyze in the full day where is that time which works for you and allot that time for your studying. Everything else will be managed. Plus, with your environment, maybe it's your family, it's your clients, everyone, keep your expectations very clear with them that I am working on something which is very important for you all people. So you will have to give me this much time when I won't be available. I was very clear with my family that 6 months, don't think I am there with your people. I will be with you for few things everywhere, it's okay. But somewhere you will have to sacrifice my time. And that was my night time. So I was actually studying at night and in the daytime when your sessions were there. So they were very clear. Okay, we have to not ask Darshana about it. I have actually missed watching movies with my husband and my son. They both used to go and I was like, it's okay, you go and watch. I don't mind. You both enjoy. But I can feel that. So today when I wore that crown of CFP, as you say, I remember that full journey of mine, and that gives a lot of sense of satisfaction and that achievement that okay, I did this and I could definitely do. And one very small advice is don't go in self doubt at all, whether you fail, whether you don't you're not able to do it, whatever it is, don't go in self doubt.
Yeah.
Just believe in yourself and you'll see the magic. That's it.
It
Thank you.
sounds so nice to hear from Dashna because one night I remember at 9:30 she called me and she said, I don't want to give the exam. I'm so scared, you know. So that small voice of scariness has actually made you a confident person today, right? And another thing which most of the people think, they want to learn the calculators, they want to learn the Excel, they want to do open office. So which tool actually is beneficial for the students? So where should be the focus line? I remember you studied more onto the Excels and less on the calculator. So was that thing the perfect way of learning? Or should people learn the financial calculator also simultaneously? What do you say?
So, with financial calculator, what happened? I really didn't get time in the starting to work on it. Somehow my
Mm,
calculator didn't come on time. So I got used to Excel more because I practiced more on that. So
mm,
here the bottom line is your practice, where you're
mm,
practicing on.
mm,
So whatever instrument you are comfortable with, or whatever instrument in the starting you take, and if you keep practicing on that, that instrument is good for you.
mm,
That's what happened with me. I practiced the
mm.
maximum on Excel. And that's why when the exam was at home also, they give that Excel scratch pad. So it's as
Mm,
good as Excel. So it went very good for me because I was easily able to do things over there. And
correct.
after a period of time, you have to find your shortcuts, which will increase your speed. Because in the end, it's about speed and your mind, how you can align that during the
Mm,
exam. So if we work on that, any instrument is good, unless and until whatever
mm,
you are comfortable with. So the
mm.
practice whatever you practice on, that can be good for you.
Yeah. And there's so much volumes of theory to study. If you've seen estate planning, tax planning, investment planning, and all, then how did you manage to study all of those things together and along with the case studies? Because people are scared about the number of books and the volumes of it. So what I get a feedback, doing the practice questions, which is there on a portal, that is streamlines a lot of things. It streamlines a lot of your process of learning. So did you go through all those things? Yeah. How do you feel that has added value to your process of learning?
So one thing is that work on your foundation.
Mm,
Theory was kind of foundation for me,
mm,
and I was very fast in reading.
mm,
And while reading itself, wherever I felt that this is something which, can be a question type, I used to just mark it and read it twice. That's it.
mm,
Later on, I had this rule that whatever portion is there, I have to read everything at least once because
right.
I wanted to touch everything. And that's what I did. I read the
Mm,
full portion only once. I never
mm,
read it again.
mm,
But what I did the second time was I did all your questions on portal. Not a
mm,
single question must have left. And those
mm.
questions I did 10 times.
Oh, 10 times, is it? Okay.
So
Mm,
it's like I read and then again I read and again I read. So whenever exam was coming in, like for the first exam, especially when it was closer, my target was only this, that I'm sitting in the auto, I'm waiting for someone, I am anywhere, just open my phone and read questions.
mm, mm,
I
mm,
managed it like this. I have
mm,
not read continuously sitting or studying in one place and, giving my 3 hours to the theory. No.
mm,
That
mm,
made me very easy because wherever, even if I get 15 minutes, I used to read 10 questions in that. So I
mm.
didn't realize
Correct.
that मेरा कितना सारा portion ऐसे ही पढ़ के हो गया.
Correct. So the ease of learning happened, because you were reading it in one go and you never knew that you were learning theory. If I tell somebody that, okay, the 600 questions or 800 questions you have to do, it suddenly appears a big burdensome. Oh, I have to do so many things. But as you rightly said, when you are studying it in a space of comfort, the ease of learning happens and the ease of absorption happens. Yeah. So I think you have sent very, very strong message to a lot of the students who are coming up. I'm sure seeing you, many girls and women will also take it. Okay, when Dashna can do it, even I. Because many of girls and women are of your age with the same circumstances, having business, family, husband, children, in-laws, festivals, weddings, everything is around. So when somebody complains, I say this is there for everyone. How to manage those things and do is the essence of it. So,
Definitely. And
yeah.
don't take any question or anything when you're reading as a study, that you're studying
Mm,
for the exam. Take it, you're just reading a book and you're taking knowledge out of it. So when you
exactly.
read something out of study point, automatically your pressure goes down and you read it with interest.
Exactly. The same thing, which probably I say it in a different language, you said it in a different way. I said, just forget that you're becoming a CFP. Just imagine your client is sitting in front of you and you're creating this scenario for them. They have education goals, they have this, they want to go for a vacation. Imagine that they're going to Switzerland or something. When you do all these imaginations, then the number fears will come out of it. If you get deep inside the numbers, it actually puts a lot of pressure over here. So you'll be
Yeah.
always wondering, कि rate lena hai, NPR lena, what it is, and everything. But once the pressure comes out, it's easy. It's a happy learning. So I
Yes, yes.
always say CFP should be something जिसको बेपनाह प्यार होना चाहिए, बेपनाह मोहब्बत होना चाहिए, तभी CFP करना चाहिए. यदि प्यार नहीं है तो सोचना भी नहीं. Go spend that money on something, but don't put the money if you're not in love with the subject as such.
Definitely, definitely.
So that is the end of our session right now. Now we can have a hearty talks, normal talks.
Great, great,
So,
great. Thank you so much.
so,
It was really nice. And
yeah,
I'm sorry, the other day I did give you time, but unfortunately my camera didn't
yeah.
work.
Yeah,
So,
no problem. And we always do it this way, very impromptu. We never give any structured questions. We don't get that you say this. We never allow anyone to come prepared and overpraise the things. We don't want that. We are not doing any pitching for ourselves, or we are not asking testimonials for ourselves. We want something that you should be happy about it, and you should make other students also happy around kind of a thing.
yeah, yeah.
So
No, no,
the
I'm seriously very happy, very happy. Unfortunately, after getting the result, I really didn't get that time of, to live that moment more,
mm,
because I got it on 14th. I'm
mm,
like, I got to know on the holy day. And
mm,
that day afterwards, I was busy preparing because weekend I was traveling. We had
mm,
already planned for Mulshi outing. So we were
mm,
going there. Then
mm,
afternoon, Sunday afternoon, I came, and Monday I was traveling to Surat. So
mm,
it was all, all the way already on my cards. So there was no
mm,
time to actually, celebrate that. But I was very
mm.
happy, and still that was there in my mind. And I kept saying,
Mm.
everyone that I've become a CFP, I've become a
Yes.
CFP.
You
So,
become a CFP in an era where many people know what is CFP. We have people who became CFP who are not even there. So when they tell somebody that you become CFP, they wonder what it is. So yeah.
right, right.
So that's good if
Still
people
that is
know the
there though.
certification. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, you were saying
It's
something.
okay. And that day also at 4:30, I started in the morning. 4:30, I started getting messages. Your message didn't come. So I was so hesitant. What do I do? Should I ask her what happened? Did she not clear to or where she is? And I'm so hesitant and calling you back. And at when 12 o'clock you called, I said, "Oh my God, thank God this girl passed." No. Oh my God, that was like the actual celebration of the Holi started when I heard from you that way. So till that time, the other people, they were all texting me, happy, 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 happy. I said, okay, where is this girl? So now it's really happy.
I was, as I said, because the previous day we had been to Imagica. So we came
Mm,
home late. And then I woke up a little bit late in the morning because of that. And then as soon as I woke up, I was in the kitchen preparing breakfast and this, that. And then suddenly I saw exams. So, and in that I read that your result has been uploaded, like updated. So when I
mm.
read this, I'm like, नहीं पहले जब मैं fail हुई थी तो कुछ और आया था. Means I have passed. Just let me go and confirm it first on the computer. So I just ran to the portal and I was like, oh, great, I have passed. So that excitement was to the next level. I was literally jumping over here that, yes, I've passed.
Yes. And actually, for every one of you who have become a CFP, from here on, it's a very bigger role because now the title is over here. So you have to carry it with grace, kind of a thing, you know. So it has to be everywhere you walk into the room, you should send a message कि boss, I'm the CFP of the room, kind of a thing. ऐसे हल्के में नहीं कि हाँ कुछ तो एग्जाम में पास हो गया ऐसे बिल्कुल नहीं है. Continuously you have to be a leader in that dynasty, if I would like to say, kind of. So that is my final piece of work because, as I said, our equation has now changed. So no longer teacher, mentor, and all those things. So now you're on a very glorious path. And being a CFP, and that too a women CFP, it is a double-edged sword kind of a thing. It's too valuable. You know, men can be CFPs, it's okay, but women CFP is because she's more empathetic to the investor. She's more concerned. She will not do many things which is wrong. You know? And there's so many women who scared of finances. You know, they don't feel like asking to the male
Right.
counterparts and talking to them. You know? So you give that soft comfort zone. You know, oh, at least I can talk to her. You know? So from there on, when you're taking it forward, that gives you not only wealth creation for you, for them, and overall happiness kind of a thing. Oh, you're doing so many things.